All right, 49ers faithful, you ready to have your mind blown? The news out of Santa Clara is hitting like a blitz, and we've got 4 game-changing stories that'll keep you glued to the screen. From injuries shaking up the roster to contract drama and a superstar carrying our Super Bowl dreams, this is the kind of day that gets the blood pumping. Can the Niners rise above the chaos, or are we in for a wild ride? Grab a drink, smash that like button, and let's dive into the fire. What's got you most hyped or worried today? Drop it in the comments. Here's the deal, faithful. The first bombshell of the day is a gut punch. Imagine the 49ers offense without one of our rising stars who was turning heads in camp. That's right. Jacob Cowing, the wide receiver who was becoming Kyle Shanahan's new favorite toy, went down with a hamstring injury on day 1 of training camp. Day 1, the faithful are freaking out because Cowing was poised to seize the moment with Ayuk and Pearsall sidelined. So what's this mean for our squad? Hamstring injuries are no joke, folks. They can knock a player out for weeks, and Cowing's been here before, missing most of last year's camp with the same issue. Shanahan, with that look of, "this ain't good," said he's still unsure how bad it is, but the track record isn't promising. The kid was running crisp routes, earning trust, and now our receiver depth takes a hit, and with other headaches piling up, this hurts. Fans on X are losing it, wondering how we'll keep the offense humming. To plug the gap, the Niners moved fast, signing Quintez Cephus, a journeyman who's bounced around the Lions, Bills, Texans, and Rams. He's got 37 catches, 568 yards, and 4 touchdowns in 22 NFL games. Not bad, right? But let's be real. Cephus isn't a game changer. He's here to keep practices running smoothly while Cowing heals. Some fans think it's a solid stopgap. Others are screaming for a bigger spark in the passing game. Here's the kicker. With Cowing out for at least a few weeks, Jauan Jennings becomes the glue holding this offense together. He's got to step up in practice, set the tone, but is his head fully in the game? That's the question buzzing through the faithful. What happens if Cowing's recovery drags on? The season hasn't even started and the drama's already wild. And trust me, this ain't even the craziest part of the day. Hold up, because this next one's got the faithful buzzing like crazy. The 49ers receiver room is facing a real trial by fire, and the spotlight's on Ricky Pearsall, our second-year stud. The guy tweaked his hamstring and landed on the dreaded physically unable to perform list. With Brandon Ayuk still rehabbing from last year's brutal ACL and MCL tears and Jauan Jennings caught intense contract talks, this news hit like a linebacker. Can our offense survive this mess? Pearsall was a big hope for 2025 after flashing serious potential last season. A hamstring injury is scary stuff, just look at Cowing. But hold your breath, faithful, because Kyle Shanahan dropped some hope. He says Pearsall's almost ready to roll. The dude's already hitting his pre-injury top speed and running routes like a pro. Shanahan said if this were a few years ago, Pearsall would be out there now, but the team's playing it safe, giving him a few extra days to lock in his conditioning. This cautious approach is smart. The Niners can't afford to lose another receiver, especially with camp staying light until pads go on Monday. Fans are relieved but antsy. Pearsall's a key piece for adding depth to the passing game, and without him, it's all on Jennings and the new guys, Cephus and St. Brown, who, let's be honest, aren't exactly lighting up highlight reels. The X-crowd's hyped, saying Pearsall's return could be the spark we need to kick off the season strong. But what if his recovery hits a snag? Or worse, what if he comes back not quite at 100%? The offense is already on thin ice, and every missed practice is a lost chance to gel. Shanahan's confident, expecting Pearsall back by Sunday, but the faithful know nothing's guaranteed in this game. And while we're riding this roller coaster, there's another bombshell that'll make you rethink everything about our offense. And while we're all hyped for Pearsall's comeback, there's a storm brewing in the 49ers locker room. Jauan Jennings, the guy who nearly stole Super Bowl MVP honors in 2023, is in the final year of his deal and pushing for a new contract. After stepping up huge as WR1 when Ayuk and Pearsall went down last season, he's demanding what he's earned. The faithful are locked in. Jennings is the heart of this team, but these talks are getting spicy. Will he stay, or is a plot twist coming? Jennings could have skipped camp like plenty of NFL stars do, but he showed up. Word from Ian Rappaport is the Niners promised to take care of him, aiming to lock in an extension before the season. That calmed the faithful, who were freaking out over trade rumors. But here's the deal. Contracts are tricky. Nothing signed yet, and until it is, trade talks linger. With Ayuk back and Pearsall pushing, Jennings could slide to wide receiver 2 or even wide receiver 3. Imagine the vibes in the locker room if that happens. Fans on X are split. Some say Jennings is untouchable with his grit and reliable hands, while others just think if the money's not right, a team like the Steelers or Patriots could snatch him. A locked-in Jennings can lift this offense, but if he's distracted by cash or trade rumors, it's trouble. Shanahan needs him in practice, especially with cowing out. Every snap matters for chemistry, and Jennings is the glue right now. Here's what's at stake. If the extension happens, Jennings could be the difference in tight games. If not, this could turn into a full-blown soap opera. The faithful are watching closely because losing a proven playmaker would sting. Where would he even go if traded? A receiver-hungry team might offer big. And while we're sweating this out, there's one more story that'll hit you right in the feels. And while Jennings' drama heats up, here's the final bombshell that's got the faithful on edge. Christian McCaffrey, our beast of a running back, is healthy for training camp, but his injury history looms large. The guy's a machine. Over 6,000 rushing yards, nearly 4,500 receiving. But he's missed 36 games in 8 seasons. Ankles, shoulders, knees, the list goes on. Can we count on him to lead the charge in 2025? Or is another injury-plagued year lurking? Shanahan's playing it smart, keeping McCaffrey's workload light in camp to avoid trouble. The faithful are relieved but nervous. When CMC's on the field, it's touchdowns galore, but without him, the game plan shifts. Last year, Jordan Mason stepped up big as a backup before his own season-ending injury. Now, the Niners are banking on the next wave. Isaac Guerendo, with his blazing 4.33 40-yard dash, and rookie Jauan Jennings, who racked up 1,267 college yards, are battling for RB2. Fans on X are buzzing about James, who might be a draft steal. Guerendo's got the edge with experience, posting 420 yards last season, but James brings versatility and explosiveness. If McCaffrey goes down, these two have to carry the load because Patrick Taylor Jr. and Corey Kiner aren't exactly inspiring. Kiner could even push Taylor out with a strong camp. The running back depth is solid, but nothing replaces a full-strength CMC. Fans are debating, will Shanahan's caution keep McCaffrey fresh for the season, or is it just delaying the inevitable? The stakes are clear. A healthy McCaffrey makes the Niners Super Bowl contenders. If he's sidelined, Guerendo and James need to step up fast. Every practice is a test, and the faithful are watching. So, what's next for this squad? The drama's just getting started. The faithful are fired up with these headlines: Cowing's injury, Pearsall's comeback, Jennings' contract saga, and McCaffrey carrying our Super Bowl hopes. 2025's already a wild ride. The Niners' offense is getting tested, but with Shanahan's smarts and this team's grit, we could turn these challenges into a championship run. The faithful are hyped, but the suspense is real. Who's gonna step up and who's gonna fall short? Smash that like, hit subscribe, and sound off in the comments which of these stories will shape our season. Let's make some noise, faithful.